Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the new Easter Holiday Edition Bucky O'Hare figure from Boss Fight Studios. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased on your standard collector-friendly blister card packaging. Turning the box around, we can see all the other figures from this line, and taking a closer look at the bottom, we can see a short bio for Bucky O'Hare, so if you want to read the bio, go ahead and pause it now. So with the packaging out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Bucky out of the packaging, and man, this is a really interesting and fun action figure. I never thought I would own a chocolate bunny toy, but what Boss Fight Studio did was just incredible. Taking the Bucky O'Hare and turning him into a chocolate Easter bunny is just really smart and very cool, and I am so glad that they did it. I have been waiting on this figure for months, and I cannot wait to check it out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Bucky does come with a decent amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 3 interchangeable faceplates, 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, his cape, and 2 laser guns. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Bucky O'Hare. Alright guys, so before I take a look at the actual figure, I want to show off the packaging, because the packaging is very, very cool, and this is something I love that Boss Fight Studios does. So this is collector-friendly packaging. So as you can see, it is on some beautiful card art, pretty much a throwback to those vintage card backs. We do get it in a bubble just like so you can see the figure itself encapsulated with all these accessories and whatnot. Turn it around, and we see all the other characters from this lineup. I definitely want to get that Stealth Mission Bucky. I need to get all of these, but man, I have yet to pick out a couple of these figures, especially Deadeye Duck. Man, I need that figure. So very, very cool. So what I mean by collector friendly is if you actually pull back on this little slot right here, a little flap, you can actually pull the card back off, and then you can pull out the figure like so. Now what that means is you could totally play with him, display him any way you want like this loose, but if you want to put him back, and you can put him in there, and then slide this back on like that, and you can hang him on a peg just like that, so he's back mint on card like so. So that's very, very cool, and I love that we get that option. One other thing is this card back. Again, if you take a look at the art from the other first release, you can see the art like that, which I think is fantastic. They pretty much photoshopped the original art used for this one, and to get that more chocolate bunny feel, and they changed his hand to hold a Easter basket with eggs in it instead of the pistol right there. So that's pretty cool how they did that. They even added some grass effect here at the bottom with some more Easter eggs and whatnot. Again, I think that's very, very cool. You even see some butterflies up here, which I think is pretty awesome. But for the most part, they're the exact same thing with that little minor alterations. I am totally on alterations. Shut up, Batbomb. But you guys know what I'm saying. Those are very, very cool. I love how they did that. Just very, very unique pieces from Boss Fight. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Easter edition Bucky O'Hare. Captain Bucky O'Hare. Oh man, we get another Bucky O'Hare figure from Boss Fight Studios. Now, I absolutely loved the original Bucky O'Hare figure that they came out with, which is this little fella right here. Absolutely loved him so much. So quick comparison with the two figures, you can actually see they are the exact same mold from each other. We just get this really cool chocolate bunny variant, which I think is pretty rad. This is something that wasn't done before in like the previous toy line. This is just something they threw together themselves over at Boss Fight, just to have a little fun with the colorways and whatnot, which I thought was genius. The second I saw that they were doing this, I had to pick it up super quick. I actually pre-ordered this back in January, and it is April now, and it did miss the release of being on time for Easter for this year, but still, I'm so glad to add it to the collection, and it looks so cool, done in this all chocolate brown. The mold looks fantastic, as usual. So like I said, same mold from the other Bucky O'Hare figure. You can see the ears are done pink on the inside, the big white goggles, the pink on the inside, same with the eyes, the white belt. I think that all looks fantastic. It looks so really cool and kind of yummy, actually. So if I take a bite, and it's not that, So two things. Here's the bad and here's the good things. So it's not made of chocolate. That's the bad thing. But the good thing is it doesn't taste that terrible. So yeah. So haha, just kidding. I just popped the ear out of the socket. Don't freak out. But anyways, after that corny joke, shut up, Bat Bomb. Anyways, back to this figure. Again, very cool figure from Boss Fight Studios. Absolutely, again, just a great design, and I love how they did this. So we do get a good amount of accessories. First, we do get the cape that we've seen with the previous figure. This is on a separate little peg, a little peg in the little hole right there, and you can actually maneuver when you're posing it around, so it's pretty cool that we do get that option. We do get interchangeable hands, so right here I do have two gripping hands. These are for his pistols that he does come with, and the pistols are the same as the other previous figure that we get, but just done in a very solid white, which I think looks very, very cool. We do get some closed-fisted hands, something like that, which I think is pretty rad. The sculpts of all those look fantastic, very, very cool. We do get two of those, one for each hand, and then we do get this open palm hand right here for his right hand, and then we do get this like pointing finger hand for his left hand, kind of like he's sending the team into battle, which I think is very, very cool. We also do get 3 interchangeable faceplates. So we get the standard one right here that comes with it in the box. The standard one actually is my favorite. Just kind of slight smirk with his eyes looking very, very awesome. We get this one right here with more of an open mouth smile. The eyebrows are fairly grimaced, and then you get this one right here. Now this one looks for the same, for the most part with these two specific faceplates, but you can see the brow is lowered more on this one. So this one looks a little more maniacal than this one right here, but you do just take off the faceplates like so. You can give a little pull right here on the side of his whiskers, and it does have a little standard peg. You can see that in there. So if I wanted to take one of the other faces like so, you can fit it on there like that, if I can get it lined properly. Boom, and that looks very, very cool. So you do get that option, but again, I actually prefer the more standard Bucky face that comes with the figure. And one thing I will note, the plastic and then this the way he's put together and whatnot does feel a lot more better and a lot more sturdy than the previous figure, because with this guy, I had him kind of falling apart on me at some times, especially at the torso. He just split. The cape was kind of a pain in the butt. The other optional faceplates would not really go on all that well. This one just seems to be, it seems like they fixed a lot of those issues with like the plastic and whatnot. So he's just so much, feels like he's so much better put together, which I do appreciate from Boss Fight. So we can, I'm gonna leave the cape off. The pistols can be held in both hands, which I think is great. I kind of wish the pistols, or maybe if one of the pistols came in like another color, maybe a pink to match, or maybe like a baby blue. I'm not sure, just something else. You can also peg in either one of these little ports right here on the belt, so you could do something like that if you want, and you could do those all around the belt, which I think is very, very cool. So let's take a look at the articulation. So the ears are on ball joints. Those roll around like so. You can pretty much do anything you want with those. The head is on a ball joint that rolls around just like that. Does turn left and right, up about that far, down about that much, rock side to side. Shoulders can go full 360 if you like. These shoulder pads with the neck piece are a separate piece, and they're very softer plastic, so they will not really hinder articulation whatsoever. And it popped out just like so. And that's what I mean about the first one. It happens with this one too, but not as badly as the first release. So ours can go out about that much. Rotate at the bicep, single bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, or at the glove, I should say. We get a ball joint at the torso just like so. So that rolls around, does rotate, pivot side to side, crunches back and forth a little bit. We got hip joints on ball pegs that kick forward and high up that much, back pretty far. can do the splits about that far, and it does kind of roll around in that ball peg a little bit. We got a single bend at the knee, as well as rotation at the knee. Ankle joints allows you to point the toe up and down. Don't really rotate, but they have very, very nice ankle rockers, and we do get toe articulation for his little bitty bunny feet. So that's very, very cool. I absolutely do love this figure. I am so hyped that I picked it up. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get him on time for Easter, but it's not a big deal. I still love having this for my collection. I think it's just a very unique piece, especially if you're a big Bucky O'Hare fan and you're just looking for something very cool to add to that collection. And again, just a unique piece, a very unique colorway. And I'm gonna be really happy to display him for my Easter display next year, because I think he's gonna fit in so very, very cool. Just a great piece altogether. So if you can find him, I'm not really sure if he's still up on the Boss Fight website, but if you can, I highly recommend him because he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Bucky comparison, here he is standing next to the first release Bucky O'Hare figure from Boss Fight Studios. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to an actual chocolate Easter bunny. And just for fun, here he is standing next to a little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Easter Holiday Edition Bucky O'Hare figure from Boss Fight Studios. Now overall, I just think this is a lot of fun to have for your collection. What Boss Fight did was just incredible. Taking Bucky O'Hare and making him a chocolate bunny was just the right thing to do. I never thought about doing that, and I'm so glad that they did. Having him in figure form is just really rad, and quite possibly my favorite bunny toy ever. And that's saying a lot, Usagi, but this is such a great toy, I definitely recommend it. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.